All right, in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my picks for the most overrated fantasy football players in the 2021 season. To start, we have Nick Chubb. And just so you guys know, the Browns already announced that they're going to try to get the ball in the hands of some of the other playmakers, such as Jarvis Landry, Kareem Hunt, Odell Beckham Jr. Also worth mentioning that they do still have Kareem Hunt. He's very capable of doing some damage on his own as a halfback, so that will also limit Chubb. And also, there being a longer season this year and them most likely having a winning record and getting an easier route to the playoff will probably lower the incentive for them to really go crazy with Nick Chubb, and they'll probably prioritize rest, as we're hearing many teams might do. For the second player on the list, we do have DeAndre Hopkins, and I say this because they picked up AJ Green on the Cardinals. They also have a promising new rookie wide receiver, and that just combined with Kyler Murray not really throwing the ball enough, I think it will really damage DeAndre Hopkins. He had a great start to last year, but he kind of fizzled out towards the rest of it, and he couldn't keep up the beginning of last year, and I think this year we'll see more of what we saw in the second half of last year. For the third player, I have Joe Mixon, and just to keep it simple, he had such a terrible year last year that they used Giovanni Bernard. He was completely washed, and I think he might carry that into this year. He's not going to be terrible, but he's just not going to be as good as some sites project him to be, like one of the top halfbacks. There's no way. That combined with them having absolutely no offensive line, I would be absolutely amazed if he does well this year. For number 4, I have Ezekiel Elliott, and even though he is really fun to watch on Hard Knocks and seems like an awesome guy, the Cowboys did announce that they'll be limiting him more than in past years just to keep him fresh for the playoffs. Last year, Pollard showed some promise, and Elliott was absolutely terrible, especially with fumbles. I think this year he's not going to be bad. I don't think he's a bad player. I just think he's not going to do as much as he's projected to do. He's still not completely gonna be what we saw before last year, but I don't think we're gonna have nearly as horrific a year as we did have last year. For my 5th choice, I have Aaron Jones. I'm probably wrong. I just don't like the Cheeseheads. The whole team is overrated, but I am never right when I say this, and year to year to year, I don't know. But this year is going to be the year where the Packers are finally overrated. The Bears are going to pass them. Aaron Jones is going to be trash. I don't know. I hate them so much. I don't know what it is about them. I hate them. For number 6, we have Chase Claypool. He showed a lot of promise last year, but he's most likely not going to be the wide receiver for the one for this team after the end of the year. Defenses will now have a lot more footage on him. They're definitely going to focus a lot more on him, and we know Juju eats as a wide receiver too, which might give him the chance to secure wide receiver 1 again if he's not already linked there. But I think as far as defenses are concerned, based off what you saw from Juju last year, you probably will be more incentivized to focus on Claypool rather than Juju, which will just make it way harder for Claypool. It will make Big Ben trust Juju more, and then it's, you know what I mean? It's like a lack of volume there for Claypool after that. For number 7, I have George Kittle from the 49ers, and that's because last year he had so many injuries. He has to make some room for Ayuk to come back and kind of have a bigger year than last year, as I expect from him. We also don't know how he's going to mix with Trey Lance, Deebo Samuel. There's more people who are going to want touches this year. Mostert's finally back. It seems like we might have a healthy 49ers, and I really just don't trust there being a solid connection between Trey Lance and Kittle. Also, we don't know what Garoppolo is going to be playing like. His confidence might be down because he's about to get overthrown by a rookie. Who knows? There's going to be a lot of pressure on everybody. I think Ayuk is going to step up big time, which will only limit what Kittle can do. For number 8, I have Ryan Tannehill. And while last year was great, last year was also a complete fluke. He has no idea how to use Julio, and he will probably be expected to force some touches to him. And I also want to throw in here AJ Brown and Julio, because like I just said, Tannehill is going to take a confidence hit after forcing the ball to Julio. AJ Brown is going to get frustrated with less touches and more losses than last year. I could see the Titans having a really tough time this year. More game planning for defenses on AJ Brown, and Julio could get frustrated with being backseated as a wide receiver and a QB that is actually worse than Matt Ryan. Yes, I said Ryan Tannehill is worse than Matt Ryan, and we will see it this year in fantasy. Aside from maybe some rushing yards, they're not going to be very different is the whole point. But on actual tape, Matt Ryan is the better quarterback, in my opinion. But let's see if I'm right. And thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.